What is your definition of progress? Because I don't know what it is. Let me tell you mine. Progress is the extent to which a people can control and dictate their financial, economic, and political destinies, to the extent that they control their institutions and the quality of life of subsequent generations. That's mine. Let me tell you your definition of progress, to the extent that black people can be integrated and accepted by white people. So when Obama got elected, that was progress. Colin Powell got appointed, that was progress. Oprah got on TV, that was progress. That's not progress to me, that's regression. Because all you're doing is giving them power to control you. Nobody is into integration except black people. Nobody even wants to integrate psychologically except racists with low self-esteem. Nobody even wants to integrate except people with low self-esteem. Chinese people hang out with Chinese people. Arabs stay to Arabs. East Indians stay to East Indians. And you want to integrate because you ain't got no racial self-respect. That's right. What is the definition of power? It's the ability to define reality and make the victims accept it. You buy into this middle class definition. You buy into this freedom definition. You ain't free. Free to do what? Get your hair done? Free to do what? Marry white women? You ain't free to do the right thing. Black people have freedom. F-R-E-E-D-U-M-B. That's what you are, freedom. That's right. You ain't free. That's right. Why is this important? Because y'all love to tell me about how white folks is in the same boat as you. Y'all love to do that. I was at a lecture last night. Sister said, Brother Umar, I heard the whole black thing, but you ain't say nothing about white people. Because I'm not worried about them. They got people to speak for their issues. I'm unapologetically African. No pastor, no imam, none of you going to convince me to put nobody else on the same level as my own people. And the interesting thing about Negroes is you fighting for folks who don't even need your help. I ain't got time to be saving nobody else's children. What the hell our boys is catching. That's right. That's right. But on Sunday and Friday and Saturday, you go to the religious service and they tell you that you got to love all God's children equally. That's what got Africa in the condition she in now. And you still ain't learned from that mistake. That's right. Your humanity is your greatest blessing, as the great scholar, warrior, ancestor, Pan-Africanist John Henry Clark said. Your humanity is your greatest blessing, but it's also your worst curse because you don't know how to control it. You love people who you know don't love you. And then you think you're doing God's will by doing it. No, God thinks you're a fool. You was put on this earth to do what? Control and amass power. Not get used and abused and exploited. You wasn't brought here to be a slave. You wasn't brought here to be a second-class citizen. And you was not born so white supremacy could dominate your life. But you think so.
If white immigrants can come to this country 50 years ago with nickels and dimes and no education, and come here and pool their little nickels and dimes and no education, and set up little stores, develop these stores into larger stores, develop this into an industry which creates job opportunities for whites. Since Lincoln was supposed to have freed the black man 100 years ago, and today the black man, according to the government economist, has spending power of $20 billion per year. We feel that with the black man spending $20 billion a year, not setting up any businesses, not creating any industry, not creating any job opportunities for his own kind, he's not in a moral position to point the finger today at the white man and tell the white man that he's discriminating against him for not giving him a job in factories that he himself set up. If the black man has $20 billion, and these so-called Negro leaders are such geniuses that they can integrate white restaurants and integrate white factories and force themselves into that which the white man has set up, they should use this same ingenuity to show the black people how to pool our wealth and set up something of our own. And then we won't have to force our way into his anymore. One more thing I would like to point out concerning what he said about 125th Street. We don't waste our time on 125th Street, but you can reach more people in the street who want to change than you can in the bourgeoisie society, the bourgeoisie church, and the bourgeoisie circles. Our program is directed toward the man in the street. So we spend our time in the street, and what we do with that man, instead of trying to change the white man and your mind and make you accept us, we change the mind of the black man and make him accept himself. And as soon as he accepts himself, he'll solve his own problem. He won't be trying to force himself into your factory and into your bedroom and into your kitchen.
We have been socialized and we have integrated ourselves into nothingness. Integration was the worst thing that ever happened to black people. It was worse than slavery, because at least in slavery we knew what we were fighting against. Now we feel like we're a part of something that was designed to enslave us. That's how much America has beat us down.